So in this video, we're going to be going over domain names and web hosting in order to get our website up and running, as well as deploying our contract to DevNet and interacting with the contract on DevNet as opposed to a local host, as well as getting in the fee part of our contract, if we have time for that, to do that in this video. So I'm going to be working with the main code as I work to figure these things out as to save time so that I'm not figuring it out and doing it with the main website and then redoing it with the tutorial website. I can still do more tutorial videos because there's just so much things that haven't been added. Nothing really from the M4A Protocol, though I'm still going to do a contract walkthrough at least for that, if not anything from the front end on launch. But yes, so we'll be using the main code for this, and as such, there was something that I still needed to go over. You'll recall that there was an issue, right, when we went over the bad contracts and how it was written in such a way that not everybody could post their comments at the same time. They'd be stuck. It would have to take turns. Basically, and we got around that, right? But the issue that we have now, right, is that we're fetching all of the comments for the entire website now instead of just the comments for the particular comment section that we're interested in. And we needed to optimize around that. So let's talk about how that is done. Right, so right now we just have a comment, or that's what we had in the tutorial, or a post. And one way that we can optimize this and make it better is to have an M4A comment, right? And this comment would just be for the M4A menu. And we have a PLL, a PLI comment, and an about comment. And they would basically just be their own separate accounts. Account struts, an anchor, and you would basically have to multiply all the functions by 3, right? You'd have a post M4A comment, a post PLI comment, a post about comment, right? Edit, delete, star, fed, all that stuff, and then the fucking contract just explodes, right? But if you do it that way, right, if you're in the M4A section, you only have to call the M4A comments. You don't have to fetch all of the comments for the whole website, right? Look, you can imagine that on YouTube. That was the example I gave before, right? You want to watch a video, but in order to get that video, YouTube has to grab all the videos in existence and then basically filter through them. But yeah, this is kind of a minor optimization, just sort of based on the website, right? Because you're really only dividing it in 3, and most of them will probably be in the Medicare for All section, right? So it's a start. It's a start. It's something, right? So yeah, you just basically multiply everything, and that includes all of the derived accounts. And you just call. There's also the chat protocol, the M4A chat, which just is keeping stats, which can go into more details in the contract walkthrough. But you'd call specifically the M4A comment, right? And when you have the derived accounts for the PLI, yeah, same thing, but it's just a PLI comment now. So yeah, and you can have this this chat basically to listen. You can listen to this to see when those comments change. So that's one minor improvement, right? But that's still only basically dividing it by 3, and that's generous at best. So another improvement that we can make to sort of optimize this so that it'll work better, at least on this website. I guess this isn't here. Just to show like this already set pub parent ID, because I'm pretty sure that that's what we were doing in the tutorial, or at the very end. It's like, yeah, EU64, right, where we have like one account one account that was basically used, and it could be a comment or it could be a reply. You call it post or whatever. But yeah, you can actually also make further optimizations by dividing it into a comment and a reply. And I'm sure that was probably sort of given away, right? Let me just jump all the way down here, and there we go. Right, and you make a reply. So, and the benefits for this, right, or in the front end, but obviously in the back end, you're just going to be multiplying stuff. But now, right, when you have your comments and replies divided that way, when there's a change to a comment or a comments update, you only have to update the comments, and you can go to update the comments first, and the comments are completely separate. You have the replies and basically everything else, and you don't have to fetch all of that before you're able to display the comments. Because before, you would be grabbing everything from the whole website for all the menus, right? And you wouldn't be able to see anything. But now we fetch the comments separately, as well as everything else, and we can get in the comments first before we and not be bogged down by the replies, which is basically running in its own await, right? Right. So yeah, that's and I think that's a pretty good optimization. It's a pretty good optimization. So yeah, I think yeah, we could probably just stop there.
You're not gonna stop there.
And this
What's he doing?
is to go even further beyond.
So you probably already seen this somewhere else. Sometimes I know I've just been jumping back and forth between the main code and the other code, but you can have a comment and a reply, but you can also have a reply to a reply, and you can have a reply to a reply to a reply. And honestly, I think you could do that forever, since there's no increase in the amount of computation that's taken to do this, right? I mean, the contract obviously becomes way longer. You see, like this, the file is like over 15,000 lines long, and the amount of money that it would cost to deploy the contract would definitely go up, which we will get into later in this video. But yeah, in terms of size constraints, yeah, it's really only constrained by the size of the accounts and Solana's transaction size limits, which are 1,232 bytes, and we've seen the account size limits, or the PDA account size limit constraint, right? Or we talked about it, like when we're initializing an account, something that's not like adding a comment. But initializing an account, we're allocating some space to it. It's like 10,024 bytes. Yeah, 10,240 bytes, right? And you can't go over that amount. But you can have an account that goes all the way up to 10 megabytes. But if you do that, it can't be a PDA, and you can't create it this way. It has to be different, which I haven't had the need to have an account that big. But you wouldn't, if you wanted to go more levels down, you really wouldn't. It should still be the same, right? If we're hosts, or really a reply, because when M4A reply reply to M4A comment, and they all basically look like this regardless of what level you're on. You just need the account for the original post and the one that's going to be initialized that's replying to it. You increase the reply count on the original post, and then you create the new one. And so regardless of where you are, you're only ever going to be affecting 2 levels, so it never increases and like the need for computational power or anything like that. So, but the diminishing returns will be on. I mean, the further you go down, like, I don't know, a lot of people might just be commenting. You might have a lot of people replying, but maybe it only goes so far down, and then you have diminishing returns on that. And again, it would cost way more. It would cost way more to deploy the contract, which we'll get into when we get to DevNet. So obviously, these optimizations are not as good as just having to get the comments for the comment section that you're interested in. And I guess there's no way that it could be that good, right? So yeah, there's really no I mean, there's no perfect way around it. Yeah, unless there's something I'm missing. Yeah, but no, if someone knows something else that I don't in terms of what's possible with generating these PDA accounts, yeah, I would love to hear about it. But yeah, that's some of the constraints that you have to deal with when working with the code and smart contracts. And yeah, there are similar things with Solidity when I looked into that. But yeah, rambling and yeah. So moving forward and how the front end works, right? We have the M4A chat that we can watch. Made the last one here, and it has all of these different things, right, for being editing or deleting, or if it's starred or marked or whatever. And we can have a current value that we just have inside of our component, and we can just compare it to what's on the account if we hear a change to it. And depending on what level we hear it on, right, this is a reply and a comment, right, the comment level. And we care about 2 levels. The reason that we care about 2 levels, right? So if someone's just posting a comment, we only care about 1 level, right? Because it only affects the 1 level of comments. But if someone's replying, regardless of where they're replying, if we reply here, we're generating a post on this level, but this count number goes up. So we're still affecting this level, the comment level. So if we're replying, we're always affecting 2 levels. And if we're posting, we're basically only affecting 1 level. And we would only have to update the 1 level just to explain why this is written this way, why we're looking at the reply count and the comment count when we want to update and fetch all of the comments. Because if somebody replied, it means that the number on a comment has gone up and that comment needs to be updated. So we got to get all of the M4A comments. Just all of the M4A comments, not all of the replies, not all of the replies to replies. Yeah, just the comments. So that just, yeah. And we don't have to fetch everything. If it's any of this, we only have to fetch the comments. If it's any of this, we only have to fetch the replies. But again, it's if the reply count changes or if the reply to reply count changes, then we have to fetch the replies. And yeah, basically, like that. The only other thing that I think I can say about it, right, is that there's always the last one, because regardless of how you do this, right? Let's see, post M4A, not the whole word. M4A reply. All right, okay. Oh, reply to M4A concept that reply to M4A reply to M4. There's always like a 5th one, right? Because you have these accounts. And I guess this is where you can really see it, like reply, temporary reply, to reply. You have the, and these 2 are, no, this is the last one. This is the one that would look normal, right? We have the original comment, which was a reply to a reply, and then we have our last final 4th level, which is the reply to reply to reply. But what if we reply to this one? Then we have to have an extra one. Even though there's 5 levels, we have to have 5 different. We have to have, post a comment, post to reply, post to reply to reply, post to reply to reply to reply, and then you need another one basically that has reply. Yeah. So this is just basically like there's a fifth one basically, even though there's 4 levels, there's the fifth one, and this one has those two. It has the 2 4 levels replies. Where the original comment was a 4 level reply, and the one being generated is a 4 level reply. So I just wanted it. I hope that makes sense. So even though there's 4 levels, there's 4 functions and 5 derived accounts for it. And you might have caught this at some point, but yeah, in the main code we have 3 comment sections. They're all a comment section account, right? Because there's only one kind of comment section account. It takes the main code comment section. It sees has a prefix name and a comment section name. I think I might have mentioned this, but these can only be 30. Any seed given seed, if it's a string, can only be 32 characters long. So that's the limit on both of those. To keep that in mind. Hopefully, I said that somewhere else. But yeah, each one had its own comment section. There's only one comment section, but we also have comments, replies, reply to replies, and reply to lists. And we have a comment list, a reply list, reply to reply list, and then the level 4 list. And basically, in here, you can kind of control like what's being fed in and how it goes down. One thing that I probably could have done better is that I have basically repeated the horizontal comment and the horizontal and the vertical comment. It's the same for all of them, except it just says replies and some comments and whatnot. And yeah, I could definitely move this out and just feed in like a vertical post and a horizontal post, so that would make the code a little shorter. But I will worry about that. Later. Yeah. That'll make the code smaller, but yeah, not a super huge deal at the moment. But yeah, so like in the comment, when you have a reply, you have functions that are like post M4A or reply to M4A comment, I think is what it was, right? Or functions at the bottom, star comment, unstar comment. So basically everything that has to do with the comment is in here. Okay, here it is. That was just post reply. I just seen it. Post reply, then it calls the reply to M4A comment, and it also calls it depending on which menu you're in, right? So there's some else, ifs, yeah, and the replies basically work the exact same way, right? Got unfed reply. It's calling the ones just for the replies because there's functions for everything, for fetting and starring and voting. With the vote is in the vote bar, not in here. But yeah, same with the vote bar, right? If you look in there and look at the functions, it should be something that cares about the menu basically. When you cast a vote, looks at the navigation to see. Well, this one looks at all of them. If it's what menu it is, and if the prop type. So we have types inside of the vote bar. We say if it's a comment or if it's a reply or a reply to reply, basically, and then we call the function accordingly. And this just gets way longer, but it's just a lot of the same stuff, obviously. So, yeah, that's basically it. As far as how to make this version of the contract more efficient and what it would sort of look like in the front end. And in the comment sections, although you're feeding in all of the about comments, all the M4A comments, you basically have a function that watches the navigation. And if the navigation changes, that means the comment section changed. So you get the new comment section and you just filter. You're still filtering all of them. If you switch the comment section, you're just filtering basically by what comment section has been called, basically. That's this one. Yeah, but that's basically it. As far as how this is actually working. So yeah, I won't have to speak that much on it, I guess, in the contract walkthrough, but good to, even though it was time consuming, I think it was important to get that through since we're going to that. So now we can move on to production. So moving on. So now we need to finally get our domain. So domains, URL, web addresses, these things, they are actually controlled by the government through a registry, right? And when you use GoDaddy or hosting or any web domain website, they actually work through the government. You could do that yourself, actually, but they're actually kind of a middleman uh, in that way. But um, yeah, I was going to use Hostinger. I will put someone's video doing a review of Hostinger somewhere in the sources. But yeah, this is the one I was going to go with. But yeah, I mean, you register with the government. They have this free WHOIS privacy protection included for every eligible domain. I'm not sure what every eligible mean. They don't specify that, but when you have your domains registered with other websites, or I'm not sure if it also always applies when you're doing it yourself, but uh, the person who the domain is registered, their name and address and stuff could be public, and this basically is to keep that private. That's all it is, but it's still, registered to the government, which is still an issue. I mean, there's a bunch of issues with what I'm doing as far as trying to, um, like avoid detection. I mean, it's kind of a joke, as surveilled as everything is, but being cautious, it doesn't really matter. Like, even with the YouTube and stuff, like, look, there are just so many holes. But anyway, to have less people harassing you, right? You don't want to have your name and address maybe public anyway when you register your website, and this is just a service they provide. But yeah, might also look into self-hosting. Well, this is the domain, right? The domain name. They also offer web hosting services, which I will also be using them for that as well, and that comes bundled with the domain if you get the right package. And I might look into the hosting part of it later. I might keep them as like the domain registrar or whatever, but I'll just have to see once I have more of an idea. But they sort of have everything that I need to get started, and can worry about it more later in the future. But yeah, there's several different domains that you can get, like a .com, .cloud, .shop. The .io that we want is $32 a year, basically. .online, .scn has a bunch of other ones, but if you look at their plans, like they have like simpler plans, but this is like 48 months to the year is best value. You can get it for a month, blah blah blah. But just looking at the best values, because we'll need to actually, turn a profit to make more investments in the business. So would just do what's most cost effective, can cancel at any time, right? So, yeah, 48 months was going to go with the business plan for the free CDN, which basically caches stuff on the website, and they said this does it between multiple servers globally. So, like not having to serve up everything on the website when someone's asking for it. It might already exist in a server. It's cached, right? And it's saved, and it can be served up faster, and it just makes the load times way faster, and um, things like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with the business plan in between, not get the premium, but go with this. But also, if you use someone's referral code instead of $3.99 a month, you can get it for $3.59 a month. And once I have a referral code, I'll be sure to put it down in the sources so you guys can use it if you guys also want to use Hostinger. But yeah, this is the choice. So yeah, no, can try to walk through it, hide any super personal things. But yeah, let's just go ahead and look through this with our discount plan. Let's see, blah, 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 reviews, coupon, subtotal. Oh, so they want it for the whole year then. you can't just pay monthly. You have to pay for the whole year up front. Well, I was kind of wondering about that. So, yeah. Hold up. Might actually wait for my next paycheck to do that then actually. Okay, so we're gonna be going with the the 1 year plan instead of the 4 year plan. 4 years is a long time. But yeah, so better to try it out with the 1 year. Get the free domain, which I don't know if that'll include .ios, but I guess we'll see. And yeah, if you use a referral code, it saves you $6 as opposed to paying this price without it. So yeah, trying, not endorsing hosting or anything like that. Like this timer apparently is fake, and it pops up like everywhere. It is. I mean, that's bad. That's bad. That is bad. Yeah, no endorsements are, but just how I'm starting at least. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so they want us to either log in with Google account or a GitHub, or they might let you just register an account without that. So I guess let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so yeah, I was able to just register with an email. I've seen the password, but there's no confirmed password. I don't like that. They did have the eye so that you could see it, but yeah, I just need to not move my screen, and I can just have the black bars like I'm doing now. Could have done that on that screen, but I wasn't sure what was going on. So okay, so they actually don't even require your name. So yeah. Uh, okay. Then what about redacting? I'll have to do for me. Yeah, can I skip all this bullshit? I mean, gosh, it could just let me go. I'm not using WordPress, so I guess I'm going to say migrate, upload background files. They don't even let me go to my dashboard or anything beforehand. So they want us to upload the website backup files. So um, at this point, it's my understanding that we would just come to our project, right? Our front end project. You can do a new terminal, some PowerShell. Oh, this is fine. Let's see. And then we would do, instead of an ionic serve, we would do an ionic build. And don't know how long this is going to take. I have a feeling probably a while, and then it'll give us our www folder, and that's what we're supposed to upload to actually get our website going. So, uh, okay, and an error occurs. Default source does not export it. Okay, so in order to get past that and actually build, and it gives a distribution folder instead of a www folder. Apparently, this has all the assets and everything that you need to get your website up. And this is essentially what you would drag into here. It should be something like that, but I have more to say on that in a bit. But anyway, for the view files, we have to have, if we have an export, we have to have a default export, basically. You have multiple things that you're exporting, or you might only have one thing, but if it's a view file, it has to have the export on it. Basically, the TypeScript files, it seems like they don't care about that, but basically had to go through every single one, like even the chat protocols that export helper functions. And it just put one, didn't put like parentheses on the functions, but just to get it to build. And apparently that was enough. And it didn't matter if I was in PowerShell or command prompt. So doing that, I was able to build the file. So I've actually done some more research, and I think I'm just going to use Hostinger the for the domain, and probably maybe also for an email, like at that domain. So at M4A.io. They seem to be cheaper than like Nameplace. Namecheap, I think, is it? Yeah, this is slightly cheaper, and their email services cost more. This is like $41.88 after it renews. It's free for the first year for the email, then it goes to $42. This starts at $35 and goes to $58, but Hostinger is slightly cheaper. This goes to $58.99. So maybe it renews slightly cheaper for $1, but the email for 1 year term, you pay $4.68. So they're not telling us what this costs more later for 12 months. Renews at $1.59 a month. So that's still not that bad. Yeah, this email is way cheaper than Namecheap. So we'll probably just use this for the domain and the email and not the web hosting. I knew that you could do web hosting on GitHub pages, but not for commercial purposes. But apparently Cloudflare, not this one, someone, apparently Cloudflare, you can, do web hosting for free and commercially. And what I've seen online, people at YouTube, is that it's pretty fast. So going to try that. That'll be cheaper and more, less prohibitively expensive for people. There's some issues with the cost of the smart contracts coming up, but yeah, that will be the approach. So I'll get set up with Cloudflare, and then I should be able to, yeah, just free, like some of the comparisons. But yeah, get it set up with Cloudflare, and you get a refund for that, and just get the domain. Yeah, I'll leave the domain actually, honestly, first. So I'll get that resituated. Okay, so we can go ahead and see how easy it is to get a refund. So let's do a quick review. So going to subscriptions, payment history, it's nothing here. Nothing here. None of this stuff helps us contact. But anyway, it seems like we could go up to help and then select billing, and then select I want a refund. This thing's still moving, right? Yes. Invoices paid in the last 30 days. 30-day refund policy, right? Taking a while to load, though. Wonder why. Okay, here it is. And let's see, refund. Okay. I have to give a reason. I guess I didn't have to give a reason. Original payment, 4 to 7 business days. Release set via the payment method. Okay, I guess that wasn't so bad. Didn't have to talk to anybody. Didn't have to find it in here, but yeah. I didn't have to submit a reason. Refund history in progress. So I guess that takes care of the refund. So now I need to actually buy the domain, right? Let's see. I wonder if I can just do that here with their discounts and stuff. Let's see, testing out this .io again. Let's see. They still got that with the name and stuff, so I think that this still works. So let's see. M4A .io. I was really reluctant to type this in any website. So they go, no, they'll steal it. Oh, it's available and it's an exact match. So I want this plus the email service. I don't see that. But M4A.io, this is what more. And we'll just get it for 1 year. Or I don't know, we might continue to use them for web hosting, but there's no change in the price. There's not even an incentive to get it for more than 1 year. Like, what the hell, Sal? Damn, it's just being a little slow today, huh? Okay, so go ahead and complete the payment. Still got to get the email service, though. Yeah, and all stuff we could potentially, yeah, do on our own. There's just so much infrastructure and shit, and then you have to, yeah. Well, I mean, the domain name's the same regardless, but yeah. Okay. Okay, after some time passed, now I can see my domain waiting setup, and I can see it in the billing. So now we want to also get the email, and won't bore you with all of that, but we'll just quickly run through that. Okay, one thing that's already standing out, it seems like when you get it for longer, it costs more. It's 59 cents for 48 months, but for 12 months, it's 39 cents a mil buck per month. What the fuck is that about?
That does not make sense.
Only the 1 month is the most expensive, which makes sense, but the other stuff seems backwards. Okay, so ready to go through the process of setting up the domain. Let's see. Figuring stuff out. Running access. This looks like it's just to give access to your account to someone else and you can revoke it. Don't need to do that. So just set up then. Don't need to check it. Select it. I mean, it's supposed to be a company, but it's kind of personal. I mean, yeah. Let's try that. M4A Protocol. Okay, I guess I should verify my email with the link. Okay, once I click that check status button, then I resent the email and I was able to verify it. Okay, so we have our domain registered now. It still says get a business email account, which I already paid for. Just try for free. I already paid for one. What the fuck? I don't like that. What's gonna happen if I click on it? Well, okay, so what if I go back and go to emails? and I say set up here. Well, with these dots. Scroll down. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Not that. Three. There we go. Add in a password. Yeah, not right now. Okay, what is this? Do you want to connect your domain now? We notice that you're missing key settings for email services or ability to receive emails messaging. Ability to receive emails. Yeah, like I should be able to receive emails, right? I don't need web hosting for that. I would think that that's the part they're taking care of. Protect your email reputation. What the fuck is that? Increase email deliverability. What the fuck? Like, yeah, I just want to get if people send emails. I just want to receive them. Let's see, connect manually. Let's see, connect automatically. Let's just see. It can take up to 24 hours to start working. Maybe I should have clicked connect manually to see what it said. Oh, nothing about hidden fees or nothing, I would hope. Well, this looks like it. Number of available mailboxes. Okay, so I think that's it. Yeah, and we've got a business email for contacting. But, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I would like to actually use it to sign up for my other stuff. Let's see. Asking too many questions too soon. Get the checklist, sir. Send your first email. Okay. I guess some of this stuff I will test out on my own, I guess, to see if I can send emails, because I guess I just do it from here. So if that's working, then I should be able to sign up for all my other stuff with the business email. So it's nice to finally have that out of the way. Okay, so when you click this link, it opens up basically this link, and this immediately turns green, regardless if you test it out or not. But yeah, I tested it out, sent and received emails, although it went to spam, but it worked. So enough. Set up apps and devices. That's like for Gmail and Outlook, so that you could still use it on your phone, I guess, easily. Um, so yeah, now that that's done and we have our business email, now we can actually sign up for Cloudflare pages, right? And this is free. And from my understanding, there is a trap that you can fall into, like especially if there's issues like with optimizations of your website. But I think that might mostly affect traditional websites with, API requests to databases and stuff, which we don't. Every request is to the the blockchain, which is different. You have to pay for that power, and it's not quite the same. So, although you are still serving up assets and stuff, and there could be some issues there, I guess. But anyway, I've seen stories of people paying like getting bills of like 100K and shit when like their site was either DDoS or their site actually just took off and became popular. And I guess they kind of all work this way. Although I think they have a setting that would basically say I don't want to spend more than this, and then it would just basically just your site would be dead because there's too much traffic. But you think that would by default if it's supposed to be free, it shouldn't be designed to fucking rich. That's kind of what it sounds like. If I don't know, but I don't think that was Cloudflare, Velser or um yeah, like Netafly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's just way too much information to be trying to share in this thing, and I'm missing so much information. And I realize that there's just so much that I'm not even sharing, and it's already taking fucking forever. Let me try to talk and at the same time. Okay. Is this a sign up or the sign in? I already have an account. This is a sign up. It is. Yeah, because I'm up here. Yeah, I am. Sorry. Okay. So they want me to verify my email here. So yeah, you can select the template. You can import a repository, but I'm also pretty sure that you can also just dump the page files. Okay. Yes. Okay, like this. Okay. See if I just jump right in this protocol. See how this works. Uh, lowercase left. Oh man, you guys. What, no spaces either? It only contains lowercase letters, numbers, and dashes. So a dash we deployed here. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can just grab just be this. Let's see. And there's still all the videos and stuff which eventually we would just have posted by YouTube, which the videos I think could be the most dangerous in terms of things spiraling out of control. Okay, so it says it's that voice site. So how do I actually hook it up to the domain? It's to region Earth. Oh, and they add a custom domain. Okay, so let me see that this worked. Oh wow, oh my gosh, it worked. Cool. Okay, that is awesome. And that was pretty. All my font signs aren't there, and some of my SVGs are not there. Oh, well, that's gonna be fun. But anyway, you see the site under maintenance.
I'm creeping around right now. You just can't see me.
That is something that was added to the code. I guess I can, in the main code, I guess I can talk about that. Very simple, just a constant. I had to do the export as well. This was a .vue file. Could have been a .ts file, but just a constant that is set to true. And basically, in the app, in the menu, instead of listing the titles, it'll have maintenance mode. So we say maintenance mode instead of the title, as well as not displaying the page. He says maintenance mode instead of the title. And for the pages, like for in the wrong pages, under menu, it use menu. I can hear. That's the toast, and up here, yes, it has maintenance mode, and it says whether or not it will display the page or this maintenance mode message, but it'll display the page if the CEO wallet is connected, basically. So doing that isn't a different website, not the same. Okay, because we are connected with the CEO wallet account, everything is displayed. So this website is live. Anybody could connect to it because it's deployed. Deployed to the World Wide Web, but only the CEO. But I obviously I showed the private key for this, but that's in the video. Hasn't been uploaded yet, so it doesn't matter yet. So that doesn't have to have any spoilers yet. Oh man, my SVGs aren't working at all. It seems like so. That's gonna be fun to figure out. Okay, I guess let's go ahead and try to get it working with our custom domain. That's what we got to do. Edit custom neighbor. Just click this button. It's a.io, but transfer DNS. Okay. So I think I seen something about this. Let's see. I wonder if lose your site speed and security. This isn't, or is it? Yeah, I hope they're not trying to sell me the domain, but I don't think so. Hmm. This is all I had to do. It didn't seem like it asked for any permission, so it kind of makes you wonder if anybody could do that. But there must be. I remember there was something that on the hosting site about not being able to transfer something with the um yeah. I thought there was something for that, but I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm sure it's somewhere. There's just way too much at the moment. Okay, so anyway, like I had seen the hosting or website where did I um I got way too many tabs open, but there was just some things that I still needed to add to the website and things that was researching, but let's just go ahead and see M4A.io, see what happens. So we still get the hosting or default page, so it's still not working yet. Because I would have thought that I would have had to change something in here in order to actually get this to work. Unless, let's see, maybe that's what I need, DNS only. Do they give you the information that you need? Missed uncommon records. You need missing records. Like he's complaining about this fun. But yeah, there's just so much new stuff to learn. I guess I will figure this out here. So if we go home, domains, domain portfolio, and manage our domain. And here we have these DNS name servers, and we just need to change these. Okay, but we change these. Okay. check my other tabs. There's this one. I don't know where this one is. I see a DNS there. So where are the name servers at? Because I have to change them on hosting. Oh, the system? Cloudflare name servers. Okay, so these. Okay. So this would be the first one. Yep, just way too much. Silly. Do the first one, and this will be the second one. Add a space in front of it. And it might take up to 24 hours for the domain to propagate to the new name server. So that's how it's controlled. So I guess that would basically do it. Then you would just have to wait for it to actually work. I think it's my understanding. Yeah, I think that was basically it. So, and the video that I watched, they had these warnings as well, and it still seemed to be fine. Although the UI in the video I watched was older, but yeah, I think it should be fine. Okay, actually, it looks like it says M4A.io is pending until I complete these instructions to verify ownerships. Okay, let's see what they want us to do. Log into your data for most likely register. Make sure this is off. The DNS security setting, if it is on, you can re-enable it later through Cloudflare. Okay, guys. Or this thing. So this is like the add-on, and there's nothing in here, so it looks good. I guess so it's off. Okay. I guess I already did this. Oh, check them now. Please wait a few hours for an update. Okay, so maybe that is all we had to do. Nothing yet. Okay, so yeah. Mm, maybe this is what we have to wait for. Okay, going back to this. I did see, like, when I reloaded this at some point, it had a Cloudflare message that said that people can change back to this for DNS records, but I think that this is what it had imported from Hostinger. I see, like, these are still the settings from Hostinger, so I'm wondering if those need to be updated. But aside from that, in my other tab, and I'm not sure if it's the word with too many tabs, I did get rid of some of them, and I didn't need any more. Like under custom domains, there's still nothing here for this. So we try this again. I thought this that was what I did. So why not? Why can't this see it? Very young. I could have sworn I had already done this. Verify. Was that not the thing I already did? Oh, because they're not talking about uh hosting, or I could have sworn that this wasn't part of it. But yeah, so no name and no target, so they just want me to add this. Okay, well, it's a rocket man. But yeah, you can't. These records to find out. You can't do anything with records unless, yeah, they were pointing to hosting or if these name servers were. Yeah, change the name servers to hosting. So, um, oh, it worked. Okay, I didn't even do anything. Okay, so does that mean it's actually working now or what? Oh wow, it actually works. So now it's yeah, now we need yeah. So we see is this one down now or what? No, this one's still up and the main one's probably just yeah, all pointing to the same thing. Well, yeah, okay, cool. So now it's actually up and the URL is working. So cool. That is one less thing to worry about. Either our Woolet Connect, SMEO it, M4A.io. Cool. So it seems like we can still call functions in our local instance, but that isn't working on the production website. But it does seem as though it's still listening now, at least. So let's see. I think it should still be listening because it's still yeah. So that works, but on production calling is not working at all with the local host. But it's listening. It's listening to the account on a local SaaS palette. Everybody it can't interact with them for some reason. So that'll be something else to figure out as we I don't know. Still need to get to dev actually. Okay, so it's really cool that we finally got the actual website up. So this video is getting kind of long, already over an hour just for this, and longer than I thought it was. But in the next video, we can go ahead and get our smart contracts deployed to DevNet. So we'll see you then.